An aura is said to be a colorful emanation that surrounds people or objects or animals. Psychics claim to gather all sorts of information from auras, like personality, health, and present state of emotion. Auras are considered pseudoscience because there's no evidence they exist. The concept was first popularized by this guy, Charles Webster Leadbetter, who had all sorts of crazy-ass ideas. Like, for example, he claimed that he discovered that most men came from Mars, but advanced men came from the moon. In his 1903 book, Man and the Invisible, he illustrated a bunch of auras. There were supposed to be various stages of moral evolution, from savage to saint. And in 1910, he came up with the modern concept of auras by appropriating the tantric notion of chakras and mixing them with his own ideas without acknowledgement. Then in the 80s, auras got picked up by the New Age movement, and a new era of quacks began making drawings and griftings of auras. In 1989, magician and skeptic James Randi had a 2-hour special on live television. It was called Exploring Psychic Powers Live, and they offered $100,000 to anybody who could demonstrate true psychic powers. They had Barbara Martin on there, who spiritualarts.org calls the Mozart of metaphysics, and one of the world's foremost clairvoyants and aura specialists and metaphysical teachers. She selected 10 people from a group of volunteers that she said had clearly visible auras that she could see at least a foot above their head. And if she could pick how many people were behind the screens based on their aura, she would win $100,000. But here's what happened.
You have people behind all of them. 8, 9, and 10 seem to be there.
So you believe there are people behind each one of the screens? All right. Will the subjects behind the screens please raise their hands now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Not quite, Barbara. I'm sorry. The test is over, but thank you so very, very much for trying. And thanks for...
And other aura experts have failed similar tests also too as well.